The first week in the trial of the man accused in the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur wrapped today with several witnesses taking the stand. Duane Keefe D Davis is accused of orchestrating the hip-hop superstar's 1996 killing on the Las Vegas Strip. The 25-year-old was hit multiple times in a drive-by shooting. He died at the hospital 6 days later. On Thursday, jurors listened to an hours-long police interview with Davis from 2008. During that discussion, Davis told detectives his nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, was the one who fired the shots. Anderson died in 1998. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman joins us now. So, Katrina, who testified today? What did we learn from them?
We heard from a number of witnesses, but Lana, there was this really interesting moment in court where the defendant, Davis, actually spoke to the judge. The jury was out of the room, and he told her that he's worried about the safety of his family during this trial. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Safety, give it up. My address. They broke in my house, vandalized my house, vandalized my wife's car. You know what I'm saying? Because they keep giving out our address. Now they gave out my sister's address. This stuff is wrong.
Now, the judge says there are issues on both sides here, Lana, but I just think it speaks to how even 30 years later, tensions are still really high around this trial.
So I want to ask you about that because this happened nearly 30 years ago. Why is it still so resonant?
I mean, Tupac was this legendary hip-hop artist, and his death has been a mystery for all of these decades. It's been a cold case. And then Duane Davis began speaking out in public about how he played a role in it. And that's what's interesting here, Lana, is in 2008, apparently he gave this secret police interview. And the jury's been hearing recordings of that, where he said he was involved in Tupac's murder. But there was an immunity agreement, so they couldn't actually bring charges. They were apparently investigating behind the scenes. Then later on, he started speaking out. He spoke in a documentary. We saw a clip from that today. He was giving interviews and talking about his involvement in Tupac's death.
And that interview that he gave in 2008, you said there was an immunity agreement. What happened with that?
Well, because he began speaking out publicly about it, I believe he actually ended up nullifying the agreement. But also, just to talk about one of the witnesses today, it was interesting because there's this iconic picture. It's of Tupac in the passenger seat, Suge Knight driving the car of this BMW, and we learned that it was taken just moments before.
This was the last photo of Tupac.
Exactly. It was taken moments before he died, and the guy who took this picture was on the stand today. He, I guess, had a car dealership. He knew them from back in LA, had run into them in Vegas, and they told him to follow them to the club that they were driving to that night. And he said, "Can I take a photo of you?" And, you know, there were no iPhones at the time. He had his 35mm camera in the car, took that iconic picture, and moments later was in the entourage when Tupac Shakur was shot.
All right. Katrina Kaufman, thank you.
Thank you.